Hey, what's up everybody? It's Danica, and thank you again for joining me on my channel. If you have not already subscribed, then I hope you like what you see, so you'll think about subscribing and giving this video a thumbs up. Today I'm talking about what it's really like to be a teacher here in Colombia. I waited to do this video for a while because I really wanted to see what it was like. I didn't want to just be here for a couple of weeks and then start giving my opinions, or even a couple of months. I really wanted to be here for a while. And my experience, of course, will be different from everybody else's. And not just everybody else's, but in my particular school, from what I understand, my particular school is very different. And my particular town is a very small town, and it's also very different. So this is coming from small town, and my particular school has a different way of thinking. But overall, from what I can tell, Colombia as a whole, oh boy, they do not go by the clock. They don't go by the clock here. So my biggest thing with being a teacher here is the time issue. I have a set schedule. I work only 24 hours a week, but it feels like 40 because I'm there for such a long time, because in between I have an hour break here, 30-minute break here, hour break there. So I can't just like very well go home and come back. So I'm trying to organize my thoughts a little bit, but I actually don't have anything written down. I'm just talking off the cuff. So let's go back to the schedule and the timing. They don't rush in this country. From what I can see, and at my school they definitely don't rush. I might go to school today at 7 a.m. and that's my regular schedule, and then when I get there they tell me, we're having a different schedule today. Well, thanks for letting me know that I didn't have to be here for another hour or so. Appreciate that. Could have gotten that extra bit of sleep in, or just around my house. Also, I might go in, this has happened several times. I might go in and they might say, oh, well, you don't have to work today. I'm like, why? Because today is Parents' Day and we're not having classes, or today we're testing the students and there's nothing for you to do but sit there all day. So, I mean, that might not seem like an issue, like, woohoo, free day, you can just go back home. But it becomes an issue when it happens so much, and it's like, you knew this last week because you told these parents to come here last week. Why can't you just tell me the schedule? You know, it's not like it's hanging up anywhere or anything like that. So that can be a bit frustrating. Besides the time thing, a lot of the teachers don't speak good English. Or fluent English, which is the reason for the program. And we're not just here to help the students, we're here to help the teachers as well. So that part doesn't bother me so much, because these teachers know the rules much better than I do. They know the past participle is this, and you know, all the parts of the speech, and you know, all the parts of the sentence. They know their stuff, which is awesome. So they can help with that technical stuff, and I can help with pronunciation, and I can help, you know, make the conversation sound fluid, and how we would actually say it in America is this, you know, and we would say it this way, or you can't really use that word there. I know it sounds really similar, but there's a slight difference. So I kind of explain the differences. So that's fine for me. On a daily basis, what I do is I help with pronunciation. I will play games with the kids, you know, to help them get acclimated to hearing certain words, and help with vocabulary, things like that. It's not strenuous. I never teach the kids alone. I always have my co-teacher right there, and I'm usually helping them. They're not usually helping me. I have two different teachers that I co-teach with, and they both have degrees in English. One speaks English way better than the other, and the other one, she speaks some English, but she knows her grammar. She knows her grammar book-wise. And that surprised me because it's funny. I guess I equate it to me in Spanish. Like, I know certain, rules of grammar in Spanish, even though I can't always spit out the words, but I know a lot of rules and I know a lot of words. Sometimes I just can't put them together. So with that in mind, I understand what makes it a little difficult for her to actually speak English, but she knows a lot more than you would initially think when you hear her English. How do we get along? We get along great. I like both of my co-teachers. They're both really cool, very nice to me. All of the teachers are very, very nice. The students, they are respectful. They're mischievous. They're kids. But you know what? The kids here, like, they're bad from what I can see. And I don't understand what they're saying in Spanish, so they may be flippant. They may be saying things that they shouldn't be saying. I don't know. But the bad kids are the ones who are sneaking out their cell phones doing this, or like, oh, I need to answer this real quick, And y'all know in America, that's not bad. I mean, we got some issues. You never see fighting. And a couple times I thought I saw some fights break out. And then I see both the kids just laughing and then they hug each other and go on. I'm just like, you gotta love these kids. And, so the kids are respectful. And some of them want to learn English. Some of them don't. But I just thought about this yesterday. I sat there and thought, Danica, like, when you were taking Spanish, you wanted to know Spanish. You've been pretending like you were speaking Spanish since you were knee-high to a grasshopper. So you wanted to learn Spanish and you still didn't learn much Spanish. When you were in school, I think I took it in middle school. I'm not sure about middle school, but I know I took it in high school, college, and studied on my own for years and still can't. Well, I can speak Spanish a lot better now, but because I've been here. But before I came here, so you can't say that these kids, they just don't want to learn. No, they may want to learn, but it may just be difficult for them because I know from being, a student of Spanish for during my entire life, it's not an easy thing to do. So the kids that really want to learn and they do well at it, I mean, they eat, sleep, drink it. They don't give me a break on my breaks when I'm trying to sneak out to school so I can go grab an empanada somewhere. They will like, hello, Danica, and they want to talk to you and stuff, which I don't mind because when I find that a kid really wants to learn English, then I don't mind practicing with them. Or either if I see them out in the street and they're like, hello, teacher, hello. I'm like, hello, how are you? And because that's the way they learned how to greet. And so I make sure that I speak really clearly for them and, chat with them a little bit. But when I really want to break and like, I don't want to see any kids, I'm on my break, then I make sure that I, just exit. And, but they are some good kids. I mean, I haven't seen one kid that you can say, now, I don't care what nobody say, that's a bad kid. I haven't seen one. And I'm sure there might be. And maybe in another town or another school there is. But these are some good kids, I just gotta say. And, I appreciate that. I appreciate that even if they don't necessarily think that English is relevant to their lives, a lot of them are, they participate. At least they sit in the corner, they chit chat with their friends, but they're not belligerent or mean or rude. The kid, I have to do a completely separate video about like the different rules and just like the cultural differences of how the kids are in school. So I'll do a separate video for that at another time because I don't want this video to be that long. But I just wanted to give a general overview of how it is to be a teacher there and how my time is going so far. It's going pretty well, you guys. I don't aspire to be a lifelong teacher. I would love to be a professor at a college, but I don't aspire to be a lifelong teacher. So that's not my life's dream, my life's goal. But I can say that one of my bucket list items, one of my dreams, one of my goals was to, was to go to a foreign country and live, a Spanish-speaking country and learn Spanish. So I'm able to accomplish both of those in one. to be able to travel, and and I'm doing that to search for myself, find myself, do something out of the box. And so I'm experiencing all of that being here in Colombia. And so teaching kids who are sweet kids, who are fun-loving kids, and just good kids is just icing on the cake. Just being able to be here and not be like, oh God, I hate going to school every day. That's a blessing in and of itself for me. I try to see the positive in everything, and really, you don't have to search hard to see the positive in teaching over here in Colombia. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, at my particular school. So yeah, I might get there today, and they may say, oh no, teacher, sorry, you're not supposed to be here today. But I try to flip that around. My sister Denise, she's like, okay, we'll look at it as a positive. Go and walk around the city. Go, do this, go do that. And that's the way I try to look at it. But it's still in the back of my mind, in my American mind, I'm just thinking, but why? I mean, in America, we can have a schedule for the entire friggin' year from the first day of school. So why can't we just get together and you can just tell me next week Wednesday, you don't have to be here? But they've gotten much better. So let me just say that we had a discussion about it, and they've gotten better. They tell me the day before, or they text me the day before if I don't have to be there at all. But if the schedule changes for that day, they still don't necessarily know until the last minute. So that I can't control, but at least they do try to tell me nowadays when I don't have to be there at all. So that's gotten better. So I hope this gives you a little bit of an overview about how it is to be here. Give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions that you want me to answer in a future video, make sure you let me know in the comments. And if you've ever had any experience teaching yourself, make sure you let me know. And I will do another video, like I said, about the kids and how it is to, like, the cultural differences that I've seen with the kids, because I actually was a substitute and I've worked with kids a little bit in America, and it's just different. Plus I've heard a lot of stories from my cousin and my sister who recently worked in the system, and it's just completely different. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me on my channel. I'll see y'all next time. Peace. Bye.